happy-go-lucky kid with dreams of playing football for the Seattle Seahawks. His favorite player has been Shaquem Griffin, a player with only one arm, because he knew he was different from the other kids at his school. He used to be able to play with the other kids, but nowadays he stays inside to rest his achy joints. Leukemia is an aggressive blood and bone cancer that causes extreme pain in joints and bones. Alex has leukemia. To manage this excruciating pain that his cancer causes, he's prescribed a high dosage of oxycodone, which helps him get through the day. Opioid prescribed patients such as Alex should be allowed to keep their prescription. Patients with a low risk for opioid abuse and a need for a higher dosage shouldn't be made to reduce it. The blame should be put on pharmaceutical companies for producing an overabundance, rather than the practitioners that prescribe them. If this bill gets adopted into law, Alex's pain management regimen will be destroyed, and his childhood will become marred with pain from his cancer. The bill's adoption will further prove that pharmaceutical companies are to blame for the opioid epidemic. They're abusing their power as a company and are making a profit off an epidemic while leaving people in need of opioids in the crossfire. Contention A. To start things off, limiting the amount of opioids that all people can be prescribed is a catch-all solution that doesn't account for the people that need a higher dosage. It is a necessary medicine today and has had a long-lasting history of effectiveness and should be available to responsible patients. Our evidence is, according to ABC Clio, they relieve the agony of patients suffering from the pain of surgery, injury, and diseases like necrotizing infections or cancer. It is not necessarily the case that the use of morphine for severe pain causes addiction. Opioids are good medicine if used correctly, but if mishandled or misused, they become addictive. However, just because there is a chance for abuse by some people, we don't need to take them away from the people that need them. Maggie Fox from NBC News writes, Sandra Flores, a former emergency room nurse from Tucson, Arizona, roused rounds of applause as she told her repeated efforts to get opioid prescriptions for her pain. Flores said she was diagnosed with adhesive acronitis, an inflammation of the membranes protecting the brain, spine, and nerve endings. Ms. Flores went on to say, I'm seeing the true face of medicine. Now they're throwing me in the trash. Patients like Ms. Flores are suffering from chronic pain but are unable to get the opioid prescription they need because of regulations such as the bill in question that we're talking about today. Ms. Flores will most likely have to find another, less effective solution for her pain. Contention B. This bill should target pharmaceutical companies for their negligence rather than the practitioners that prescribe the opioids. Evidence. According to Mike Kennedy of the American School and University magazine, opioid distributors noticed an increase of orders for opioid prescriptions in a number of Florida counties, which at times exceeded the county's population, but failed to report, control, or investigate these orders, as is required by law. Further, quote, deepening the crisis of opioid abuse, addiction, and death in Florida. This issue of overordering is not just isolated to Florida. It has become a nationwide issue these past couple of years. Warrant. The negligence shown by opioid-producing pharmaceutical companies further shows that they're getting away with starting an epidemic that could have been prevented by these companies before it started, and are not facing the repercussions from this bill. Evidence. According to David Armstrong of StatNews.com, as part of that 2007 settlement, Purdue, a pharmaceutical company, admitted to acting, quote, with the intent to defraud or mislead, unquote, when it promoted OxyContin as less addictive and less subject to abuse than other painkillers. To show how grossly disingenuous this promotion for OxyContin was, according to the United States Department of Justice, over 13 million people are currently addicted to oxycodone, a generic version of OxyContin. Warrant. This outright lie by the Purdue Pharmaceutical Company is dangerous and potentially contributed to today's opioid abuse epidemic. Yet, it isn't enough to get their names in the bill. Conclude. In conclusion, please keep in mind the people with chronic pain that rely on opioids to live a normal, pain-free life when you vote on this bill. The people and companies behind this opioid addiction should not bar people in need of this medicine of getting it. The companies that provide opioids for pain treatment should be punished, not the practitioners that provide a drug in need for their patients. Thank you.